is about $5. And maybe just give us a quick show of hands of people who've been in a debate either in the workplace or at home and someone's gone, yeah, but it's only, it's only $5. That's not going to kill anybody, right? Well, actually, wrong. But I also think there is a point there. This is not about a $5 charge. This is about a fundamental attack on the principle of a free universal healthcare system. And that we have one of the best in the world. And I think as the doctors and the other health professionals in the Doctors Reform Group will tell us, there is plenty of room for improvement. But the principle of affordable and free healthcare for all, no matter your socioeconomic status, where you were born, rich or poor, that is a principle that we have to hang on to with both hands. The other thing I think we have to do is push back on the idea that Medicare is some sort of safety net. Medicare is not a safety net for people who can't afford the real thing. Medicare is one of the most important institutional assets that we have. And I think the Labor Party can be justifiably proud for introducing it. And I congratulate them for sticking up and defending it tooth and nail, because this is probably going to be a fairly long fight. This is not a system for people who can't afford the real thing. The idea of a universal system is too precious to let go. When Tony Abbott said before the election that he was open for business, I guess a lot of us didn't realise that he meant they would be open only for business. And that, I think, is what we need to do, is broaden out this campaign and remind people of just how much is on the chopping block in the short period of time in which these people have been in government. I think this is actually about trying to force people bit by bit into the private healthcare system. So yes, it's ideology, but there's also a hardline business agenda underneath it, as there is in so much of the agenda of this government. It's about the private health funds and the private hospitals trying to increase barriers to take up of the public system and trying to force people into private health insurance, so that we end up like the United States, that spends twice as much of its GDP on healthcare and has some of the worst health statistics in the OECD. That is not the kind of model that we want to follow. That is precisely the opposite of where we need to be going. And like so much else, that the Abbott government takes its cues from the privatise everything mantra, which is ideological, but it is also a hardline and very pragmatic commercial agenda, whether it's about selling Australia Post, whether it's about screwing the minimum wage or attacking the trade union movements, who are often the only check and balance against abuse of people on low incomes in the workplace. Or whether it's about flogging the beach at James Price Point to the gas industry, or to Lakeway up at Wiluna to the uranium mining industry. This government, in the long and arduous historic struggle between the powerful few and everybody else, this government has chosen a side, and it isn't yours and mine. So whether it's education, healthcare, environmental protection, climate change, public transport, no matter what it is, this is all the same struggle. We need to make this a historic one-term government. When the pendulum swings back, and we're already seeing it coming back, it's got to hit them so hard they will never forget it. Thanks for coming out.